If you travel to India, you will undoubtedly notice how much people drink chai and drink tea. It is impressive. I've never seen anything like this in my life before. All day, people drink these tiny little cups of chai. And, in the US also, I'm used to like the venti Starbucks size drinks. None of that. They have these tiny, cute little cups. So anyway, I'm here in Thailand right now, but I decided I'm feeling kind of Indian right now. I'm in an Indian mood, so I'm gonna have a little bit of tea as we talk about our next topic, which is accommodation, destinations, all of these things. So the great thing about India is that India is used to having travelers. And so because of that, there are many different types of accommodations. There are hostels, there are homestays, and of course there are hotels. I mean, the main way a lot of people choose is according to their budget, So certainly hostels are the least expensive, going up to homestays and then into hotels. So I tend to travel with hostels. I used to travel and stay in hotels, but I'm a solo traveler. So staying in hotels alone was honestly really not that fun. My rooms were nice, but I never met anyone. So I stayed in hostels. Now, if you've never stayed in a hostel before, it was totally different than I expected. So hostels are shared accommodations, right? Now, there are some hostels that offer private rooms, but in general, when people think about hostels, they're thinking about a dorm type of room. And that's usually true, although I did stay at one place in Myanmar where it was just beds, not dorms, but okay. In general, we're talking about dorms, bunk bed styles. So just because it's a hostel doesn't mean it's going to be dirty or anything like that. I stayed at a lot of really nice, clean places in India. But when you're choosing a hostel, it's really important to look online and do some research. Hostel World is great. Booking.com is also great. You're going to want to look at the rating, read the reviews to make sure you're choosing a good place. Now, the thing about staying in hostels is also something to be mindful of, which I ran into a bit of a snag. When you're staying in hostels, it does matter if the bathroom is in the hallway or if it's in the room. There are pros and cons to both, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about it and some situations I got myself into. Okay, I'm already thinking about it. Okay. Anyway, the thing about having a bathroom in the room is that it's cool, right? It's convenient. The bathroom is just for the people in your room, so you don't have to worry about 200 people using one bathroom. You're going to have like maybe 4 or 6 people using a bathroom. In a lot of hostels, I would say 6 people per room is pretty normal, but sometimes you can choose 4 people per room, 10 people per room, all female, mixed. These are all options that you might have depending upon the hostel. But so having a bathroom in your room that's private can try not to choke. Let me have a sip of this tea. One moment. That's actually really good. Okay, so having a bathroom in your hostel can be nice, but you guys, this is India we are talking about. The reason this matters is because in India, some people get sick. Okay, so this happened to me for 3 nights in a row. I was staying in a hostel and people had food poisoning or something. So I would wake up at like 3 a.m. That's all I was hearing for like hours on end. And then I was like, I had PTSD. So I'm like laying in bed, still traumatized, wanting to go back to sleep, but like the sounds are replaying in my head, and then finally I make it back to sleep, and then a few hours, it starts again, right? People can't control this. So this is something to be aware of. If you're going to India, people get sick, you might get sick. No, let's knock wood. I hope it doesn't happen to you. We'll talk about that in another video. But this is something to be aware of. This is a reality of traveling in India and staying in hostels. So because of that, I really do prefer when I stay in a hostel that has a bathroom in the hall, because that way people are going in and out. There's more privacy. You're not going to hear someone when they're vomiting, and thank God they won't hear you if you get sick and whatever's happening in that bathroom as well. There's a little bit of space. But that said, what I did at that time with the hostel, after the 3rd night of people vomiting in the room and I couldn't sleep, I switched rooms. Why didn't I do that sooner, you guys? I don't know. 3 nights of suffering. It could have been 1 night and I could have moved. But whatever. Staying in hostels is really great. Despite that bathroom vomit story, I still love it and I still prefer it. You meet lots of people. Also, the cool thing about staying in hostels is that there are so many different activities and they're usually affordable. So I stayed at a hostel in Delhi, and this was great because a lot of people are afraid to travel to Delhi. But I was staying in Delhi, I was by myself, and this hostel actually organized tours around different parts of Delhi. So like if you're kind of scared, this is amazing. Now you're with a group of people, usually about the same age, going to explore these places together with a local. So that's amazing. I don't see really those types of things in hotels. Hotels will of course help you plan events, but it's usually going to be something a bit more structured and a bit more formal. You're going to get a higher end experience, but maybe a slightly less social experience than in a hotel. Homestays are another great option. I stayed in homestays, but I find that this is really by region, whether or not this is common. So I stayed at a homestay when I was in Kochi, which is in the south of India in Kerala, and it was really amazing. It was, a man and his wife were running the homestay. They only had like 2 rooms that they were renting out, and it was really nice. Again, it was not very social. I didn't meet any other travelers. There was another couple that was staying there. So just things to be aware of. Hostels are a great option, but you're definitely more likely to find hostels in major cities. So of course, Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, Rishikesh, places that draw lots of tourists. Now, as you go into some smaller areas, homestays, hotels, these might be the only options for you. Honestly, that's why I wound up in a homestay in Kochi in Kerala. The hostels just didn't look that appealing to me, so I chose a homestay. So I think what you need to do and remember when traveling is, again, from the first video, is the be flexible part. Another thing to be aware of when you're choosing your accommodation is where you're going to put your valuables. So hostels usually will have lockers where you can just put your valuables there, money, whatever. You just need to bring your own lock. Some places will have a lock that you can buy there. But you're a planner. You're watching this video in advance to make sure that you know what to do. So bring your lock with you and you won't have to worry about it. There's combination locks, there's key locks. I have a key lock, but I always think I'm just 1 second away from losing that key. So a combination lock is really nice. As long as you choose a number that that you'll remember, you're golden. You just have to keep that lock with you. If you're staying at a hotel, a lot of people do leave valuables in their room, which is usually fine. The only thing is, if there's not a lot of security at the hotel or cameras, you never know who's coming in and out of your room, and it can become a game of he said, she said if something goes missing. So because of that, I have a sneaky little thing that I like to wear sometime that keeps me feeling a little bit safe and secure. Now, what I'm about to show you, it's a pair of pants, okay? They're pickpocket proof. They're not cute, you guys. They're not cute, but they are very functional. Take a look. So you see these pants have a zipper. These are, first of all, if that's down, it's tough to get into. And once you open it, there's secret little areas here. There's this tiny little pocket here where you put like some cash, credit cards, and zip that back up. On this side, this pocket even has a little hidden place that's just for passports. Perfect size. Zip that up, tuck that, done. It's amazing. So I really love that for keeping valuables on me and still feeling secure. I mean, the odds of getting like robbed on the street, really, really tiny. It's minuscule. It's really just probably not going to happen. So I like having things on me. I don't know what's going on at a hostel, even when I'm not there. I'm sure it's all safe, but that's what I like to do. You can choose for yourself. There's no wrong way, assuming your things are there when you get back. And there's lots of different options. But so that's it. You have lots of different things to choose from. The cool thing about India is that there's always a wide range of options and a wide range of possibilities in most major cities, so there are lots of travelers. So I think you'll have a good time. And that's all you need to remember. Just remember, take it easy, enjoy, choose accommodation. Oh, one other thing I was going to add. You don't have to choose everything in advance. So I'm the type of traveler, I like to just travel and go with it, go with the flow. I only book my usually 3 nights accommodation in advance. You can book things as you're traveling. The only thing to be mindful of if you're going to use that sort of strategy is that when you're first going to India, make sure you book a nice place that you feel comfortable with just to get yourself settled and grounded. Now that doesn't mean a nice fancy hotel, it's just a nice hostel for a few nights where it has good ratings. You want to settle into the country and feel good as you start your trip, and you can get recommendations from other travelers, which is really the best thing. Once you're there, you can talk to other people and find out what you're going to do. So I hope you enjoy it. Happy booking.